Hello, girls. So they acquitted you again, huh?
Lack of evidence, Inspector.
Take him in.
But why? I've done nothing.
Tell it to headquarters.
I hope the beds are softer than last
What's
time.
going on? Hurry. Let's go see.
Inspector!
The girls knew too much.
What do you mean?
In 2 days, everyone in Beirut will be dead. They have something terrible.
What?
Something.
Who's their chief?
I got my orders from a man who has 4 fingers.
What's his name?
He's known as the Sheik.
No weapon, no fingerprints. The coroner's report?
There were no signs of a violent death. No knife wounds, no bullet holes, no bloodstains. I don't know what killed them.
So far, all we have to go on is a description of a man with only 4 fingers on one hand. A man who's been calling himself the Sheik. He plans to destroy the people of Beirut. All 650,000 of them. What does the press say?
16 murders in 3 weeks. They all want action. Find the killer or fire the commissioner.
This is a waste of time, gentlemen. I know who the Sheik is. And furthermore, so do you. But none of you dare to say it. Why don't you let me arrest him? I swear he's the Sheik.
Have you found any way to prove your accusation? You'll make no arrests until you do.
But this is no normal case. The man behind this is completely insane and diabolically clever. He'll stop at nothing to get what he's after. He wants to control the entire country.
But he won't succeed. Interpol has promised us all the help we want.
They're sending one of their most qualified agents, Richard Blake. He arrives tomorrow.
You and Blake will work together on this case. You'll meet him at the airport.
He'll be wearing a red carnation in his buttonhole.
We've got to find this mysterious Sheik as soon as possible and put a stop to these brutal murders. That's all for today, gentlemen.
You too will meet Mr. Blake at the airport.
Oh, excuse me, miss.
Sorry.
Thank you. That was lucky. I'm a traveling salesman. Only right now I'm on vacation. I've sold everything from footballs to manicure sets. They used to make fun of me, but he who laughs last laughs best. That's the only way to live, right? They had a contest for selling soap, and I won. That's right. 540,000, 60 bars of soap in a little over a week. I won a trip around the world. Here's to your health.
Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? We are about to land in Beirut. This is the last call for passengers on Middle East Airlines Flight 168, Cairo, Karachi, Bombay. Will you please proceed to gate 10 for immediate boarding? Last call for all passengers on Middle East Airlines Flight 168,
Inspector Bertrand.
Cairo, Karachi, Bombay.
Yes, what is it?
I'm a friend of yours. I want to warn you.
What?
Need any help?
Oh, yeah. Do you know an 8-letter word for rendering someone unconscious at a prize fight?
All I want to do is rent your car for 1 hour. I'm offering you 100 pounds. Yeah, robber.
Allow me.
Thanks.
Have fun?
I'm sure I will. I'm looking forward to it.
Middle East Airlines Flight 171 from London, Frankfurt, and Athens has just landed. Passengers will enter through gate 5. Transit passengers are requested to proceed to the airline's desk to be checked through to their final destinations. Flight 171 has just landed. Passengers will enter through gate 5. Transit passengers are requested to proceed to the airline's desk to be checked through.
How do you do, sir? Welcome to Beirut.
This is nice. Do all visitors get the same reception from
Yes,
your
some
airline?
visitors.
Lucky for you that I took an earlier plane.
Where'd you get the car?
Inspector, wake up. Inspector.
Now, Mr. Blake, what did you come here for?
I've already told you I'm not Richard Blake.
Oh, you're not Blake. It must be his brother. All right, the joke's over, Mr. Blake. Now talk.
They spread their net for the big fish from Interpol, but all they caught was a little minnow.
And he's so small they'll throw him back.
Let me go this minute, or I'll call the police. This clown doesn't know anything. We'll get rid of him then.
It's you. I was beaten up by 3 thugs just now. They thought my name was Richard Blake. Crazy, isn't it?
Amazing. Taxi! He'll take you where you want to go. And thanks, you've done me a big favor.
What favor? I don't get it.
I got you a room at the Phoenicia. Should I come with you?
No, I don't want them to see us together.
We mustn't let them suspect that there are two agents working for Interpol. One of whom is yours truly.
Exactly. Try to get a lead on the men in that car.
Mm-hmm.
When you find out what they're up to, when will my luggage get to the Phoenicia?
It's probably there now. All right, get up, lazy bones. You think you can lie around all afternoon? Come on. You got a job to do. To the Hotel Normandy, but not too fast. I get indigestion.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mr. Blake, wait a second.
My name isn't Blake.
Richard Blake, height around 6'1", hair dark and slightly wavy, eyes light brown and very attractive. A Roman nose, sensitive mouth, firm chin, and strong, capable hands. Am I right?
You're right. Well, why'd you take a picture of me?
Welcome to Beirut. I'm a reporter on the Daily Gazette. We got an anonymous phone call. That's what scandal sheets live on. The gentleman will wear a red carnation. He will arrive at the hotel at precisely 4:10. You were 2 minutes late.
What's your name?
Denise Dupre. I'm from Chicago. I hope you didn't mind my meeting you.
If I were to ask you not to publish that picture you took, you wouldn't mind, would you?
Mm-mm.
You'll bring it to me? Come to my room tonight at 9.
What size print?
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Better?
Mm-hmm.
See you tonight.
Oh, Mr. Blake, do you believe in love at first sight?
Story of my life.
Your room is all ready, sir. You can ring if you need anything.
I just rang.
Looking for dust, I suppose.
Would you please get me a glass of water? That will be all.
Yes, sir.
You must be Inspector Birgel.
Yes, I'm sorry I'm late, but...
Allow me. Just as I suspected. They weren't very smart. That microphone's hidden so obviously that even the chambermaid could find it. I'll bet there's others hidden all over the room. But where?
I'll have a search made. We'll find them.
I'd much rather find the men who hid them.
Cigarette?
No, thanks.
A new gadget?
I wouldn't want anyone to steal this from me. It contains important papers.
What's that liquid?
Thank you.
Very tricky.
Let's talk about this case in a more pleasant atmosphere.
Why did you chase him away?
The Sheik.
We've got to locate him by tomorrow.
How come?
He's threatened to kill everyone in Beirut. It's true.
That would be a pity.
first 10 murder victims were all ex-convicts. They belonged to the Society for the Aid to Reform Criminals, founded by a man named Omar Abdullah. The next victim was a physicist, permanent member of the Institute for Scientific Research, also founded by Omar Abdullah.
Why not arrest Mr. Abdullah and let him spend a little time in prison?
No proof. The next one was a chemist. Had been working with toxic gases. Then a chemical salesman was murdered, and 5,000 pounds of mercury was stolen.
Why mercury?
In desert countries, they could seed clouds with it to produce rain.
He's dangerous. He's getting too close to the answer.
I'll take care of that.
I think it's time for us to pay a visit to Omar Abdullah. Ask who it is.
What happened? He just fell right over.
You hold the receiver to your ear in a vertical position. And that's what releases the shot.
How'd you know it was a trick?
The Phoenicia is rated as a 5-star hotel. I doubt very much if the management would have waiters working for them in jackets that are 2 sizes too small. I'm going to have a look around for the men who hid those microphones.
Yeah. Be careful, will you?
Hello. Fastened or unfastened?
Fastened.
Too bad. Can't win them all. Hello, Bob.
I've got some information on those gangsters in the car. They're the strong-arm men in an organization that's terrorizing the city. Their cover is a certain Society for Aid to Reformed Criminals. It's run by a crazy idealist named Omar Abdullah.
Omar Abdullah?
That's right.
I keep hearing about him.
But it seems they rarely see him. They got their headquarters in a nightclub, the Green Elephant.
Go over there and stay in touch with me.
Mona, my little dove, what took you so long? I've been lonely without you. Go get your best dress on. We're going to the Green Elephant.
Oh, what for? It's so cozy.
Where I am, it's always cozy.
Uh-huh.
Get out!
That isn't a very friendly welcome. A nice little toy. And quite efficient. But before it'll shoot, you'll have to cock it. And you'll need 2 hands for that. Thank you. And now it'll shoot.
What do you want?
To ask you a few questions.
Oh, really? What did you have in mind?
Where's my briefcase?
What briefcase?
Now, don't play games with me. I know that you have it. It has a false bottom. It drips a colorless liquid on the ground, which bursts into flames when you touch it with a cigarette. I use it to catch people who eavesdrop on me with hidden microphones. Where is it?
All right, you win. I'll give it back to you. in a second.
Why'd you do it,
Why do you think? To find out all about the attractive man next door.
That's very flattering, but it won't work. Who put you up to it,
A man I met. He offered me $1,000 to spy on you.
What's the name of this man?
We met in the Red Cockatoo.
Who owns the Red Cockatoo?
Anthony Leandros.
How long have you been in Beirut?
Just 2 days. I'm giving a special performance of my act.
Where's the loudspeaker? You used to listen to me. I'll see you later.
I hope so.
What on earth are you doing in here?
I'm dusting. At least I'm trying to, but I dropped my duster behind the couch.
Ah. By the way, congratulations.
What?
You found another microphone for me. Thank you. That's one I won't have to look for. Who's the woman in the room next door?
We're not allowed to give...
I'll spank you. And I'm very good at it.
Her name is Monique Ferrara. She does an act here in town at a club called the Red Cockatoo.
Since when?
10 weeks ago.
How long has she lived here?
Since this afternoon. She's the wife of a convict. His name is Fred Köhler. He's a swindler, a safecracker, an unscrupulous criminal with the mind of a genius. He's just escaped from prison. But why don't you ask her all this?
I will, all in good time. By the way, what country are you from?
From Switzerland.
You're Swiss. Working as a chambermaid in Beirut. With a ring that must have cost $1,000?
I suppose that you think I'm a thief.
I think you're a highly skilled liar.
Those men over there, who are they?
Why should I tell you?
There's $50 in it for you if you do.
They just got out of jail. They were sent up for stealing cars.
And then?
Safecrackers and hired killers if the price is right.
And the mean-looking one over there.
Pedro. Pedro loves me.
Ah.
You asked for it.
Hey, what's the matter?
The owner would like to speak to you.
The feeling is mutual.
Just a second.
Oh.
You put on a good show in there. I think we might get along.
That's good to hear. Maybe you've got a job for me. I've got to make a little money.
A job, huh? I think that could be arranged. Take your clothes off.
What?
You heard me. All your clothes. How do I know that you're not a policeman with a transmitter hidden on you? Now strip.
That waiter was an ex-convict, too.
Look, where does Omar Abdullah live?
2 miles out on the road to Saida. Say, did you find out who planted those microphones?
He owns the Red Cockatoo. I'll get him tonight.
Right.
Oh, by the way, see that my chambermaid is safe. I'm positive she isn't one of them.
You look after the girl.
Yes, sir. Where to, sir?
The road to Saida.
You looking for an interview?
I must find Richard Blake. Here's the picture I took when he arrived here. You see that man in the taxi? He's pointing a gun at him.
That's a character named Puma. He just did a stretch in prison for manslaughter.
Hands in the air. Stop.
You won't get away with this.
Start walking. Go on.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mr. Blake! Mr. Blake! Thank heaven you're all right. I was afraid you were dead. I have a picture of a man pointing a gun at you. But they're trying to kill you. Look at this.
You're the sweetest girl in town.
Oh, really? How many girls have you met in your 3 hours in Beirut? Hmm?
I knew you'd come to see me sooner or later. You're convinced I'm responsible for all those killings. I'm very sorry you think that, considering all I've tried to do for other people.
For ex-convicts, for example.
Please.
Thank you.
My organization often disappoints me. But if it can help even one ex-criminal to lead a useful life in society, it's worth all the effort I've put into it. Up to now, all it's brought me are accusations of brutal and needless killing. I'm a rich man. I can never use all the money I have now. Why would I want to murder anybody?
For political or religious motives. The greed for power has destroyed others before.
I could never kill a man, no matter what the reason.
This scientific institute, what goes on out there?
Research on new ways to refrigerate food. This country has a lot of cultivated land, but each year a certain % of our crop yield is spoiled by the heat before it reaches the market. We are trying to prevent that. That's Project 1.
And Project 2?
Our second project is to try to reclaim our desert land and make it into fertile soil. One day we'll grow wheat on what is now barren wasteland.
And for irrigation, you plan to spray mercury into the clouds.
That is only feasible in areas which are unpopulated. As soon as mercury comes in contact with the ground, it evaporates and poisons the immediate surroundings. And if anyone happens to breathe it into his lungs, he will die a slow and painful death.
Where is this institute?
An hour's drive from here. These are pictures of it. I'll have someone take you there if you want to see it.
No, thanks. Another day. It looks more like a pile of ruins than a scientific laboratory.
Yes, but its thick walls and extensive underground vaults are excellent for carrying out our experiments. To tell you the truth, I haven't been there in a long time. My health isn't all that it was. For the last 6 months, I've left everything to my secretary, Mr. Leandros.
Anthony Leandros, the owner of the Red Cockatoo?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he bought it about 6 weeks ago. I didn't think that I had any right to stand in his way if he wanted to invest in something profitable.
Of course not. Well, that's all I wanted to know. That is, almost all. You wouldn't know a man who has only 4 fingers on one hand.
In Arab countries, there are many men who have lost a finger or two, or even an entire hand. They still punish thieves by chopping a hand off.
I see. Well, goodbye, Mr. Abdullah.
That's a most intelligent young man.
But the man with 4 fingers, why didn't you tell him?
It would only have brought us under suspicion.
Well, what did you find out?
He's either an innocent idealist with impossible goals or a very subtle criminal. Let's head back to town.
With a side trip on the way. I saved your life, so an hour of it belongs to me.
When you put it that way, how can I refuse? All right, lead on, Macduff.
Royal flush.
That's the end of the game for me. You took all my money. Listen, what's the job we're pulling tonight?
We're taking you to pick up some cargo from a ship, the Thessalia.
What kind of a cargo?
The chief didn't tell us.
Who is the chief?
You mean the top man?
Yeah, that's right, the top man.
That's the one question no one ever asks.
The view's beautiful from here, isn't it? This is a very historic spot, you know.
Yes, I can see that. Those monuments look very ancient.
They've been here for 7,000 years.
But we can't stay here that long.
Give me one good reason why we can't. What's that noise?
A friend.
All right, my first name ends in Y as in yacht in the harbor. I'm a movie
Hey, what's
star.
going on?
Not another guessing game.
We have to pass the time somehow till our 2 o'clock 0 hour.
What 0
Good
hour?
a way as
Don't
any.
you ruin everything.
All right, go on. My last name ends in T like Thessalia,
Cut
and
it
I'm a
out.
very dangerous man.
I know, Cary Grant. He played a crook once.
Wrong. Humphrey Bogart. He's the one who catches the crooks. You lose again.
Did this say anything important?
I'll say very important. It said a gang of thieves was going to the harbor to break into a ship called the Thessalia tonight at 2 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Ah, Inspector. I'm glad you're here. You know Miss Dupre?
Star reporter. Of course.
Thank you, Inspector.
Want something to eat?
Mm-mm.
How about a drink?
Mm-mm.
Room 811.
Looks as if she's hooked you.
Not only that, I enjoy it.
What do you have, gentlemen?
Scotch. 2 raw eggs, banana, an orange, lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 3 jiggers of rum. Got that?
Mm-hmm. Well, is it Abdullah?
However, there's a ship in the harbor called the Todesfalle. She's going to be robbed tonight. Will you find out what cargo she carries?
Mm-hmm. How come you know about it?
I have a secret weapon. Did you see the chambermaid? Is she what I thought she was?
Mm-hmm. Another secret agent.
She's watching Monique Ferrara.
Monique's husband, Fred Köhler, is an escaped convict. And the one link we have with him is through her. He never makes a move without his wife knowing. So if she's in Beirut, he's bound to show up. And when he does, we'll know it.
In other words, a man's downfall is always a woman, eh? You ought to try it sometime. It builds up your endurance. See you later.
Anything to help the cause.
I leave nothing to chance.
Let me have the telephone, please. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Our group is the inner circle of the organization. There are always the same number of us. We don't run any risks. Every new member goes through an initiation. He kills his predecessor. This takes care of 2 things at once. 1, he shows us how loyal he is. And 2, he's in our power, because we can prove that he's a murderer.
I didn't really want to join the inner circle.
You're stuck with it. You know too much for your own good.
There's another rule. No one ever carries any personal belongings when he's working.
The Todesfalle has a mixed cargo. She's carrying cotton, oranges, peanut oil, and 20 cases of heavy machinery. 80 cases of wine, and something listed as 19.
What do you suppose the Sheik's after?
The machinery, I guess.
What's this 19? That's the captain. He ought to know,
Mm-hmm.
And I'll meet you tonight at the Red Cockatoo for a drink.
Good.
Oh, Inspector, your bill.
Coming.
Shh. No noise during her act. It disturbs her. Thank you. She won't let it stay lit. He's here. Do we kill him?
On the white signal.
Good.
Weren't you afraid? It would have been easy to kill you.
I knew you wouldn't.
Mr. Blake, you shouldn't have come here. We've had one killing already.
A chemist. I was weak in chemistry. Is Mr. Anthony Leandros here?
Yes, he's here. Now, will you excuse me?
Of course. Mrs. Köhler?
I've been very anxious to meet you, Mr. Blake. This is an honor. I'm Anthony Leandros. Mind if I join you? Thank you. My employer, Mr. Abdullah, was very impressed with you. I'm sorry I wasn't there. It would have saved you the trouble of coming here. But at least you've seen Monique's act. It's a sensation, don't you think? The customers love it.
Champagne.
I've got a lot of admiration for Monique. She's a very courageous girl. Husband's in jail. Most women would go to pieces if they had to face a thing like that. But not her. She accepts it and keeps on going. Wonderful spirit. She's always on time for work, always cheerful, and I've never once heard her complain about anything. But you didn't come here to talk about Monique, Mr. Blake.
Those 2 women that were murdered, I believe they were working for you.
I have such a large number of girls working here. Personally, I think they were mixed up in some kind of narcotics racket. It happens to many girls here. At first, they do it for excitement, and by the time they realize their mistake, it's too late. They come to Beirut with such impossible dreams. They arrive without a penny, looking for a millionaire. Naturally, they're disappointed. I knew one who found a millionaire. In 1 week, she had a Cadillac. In 3 weeks, a mansion. In a month, she was dead. There are a lot of unscrupulous characters in this city. They get away with everything. The police can never get any evidence on them.
Over here, miss. Would you like one?
Take this Sheik, for instance. If I were you, I'd be careful. He's a powerful and dangerous man, and I've heard that he doesn't like people who ask too many questions about him.
All right, hold it there.
You can let those people go. It wasn't any of them.
Are you all right? There's nothing there.
No wound, no blood. My sleeve isn't even torn. And yet something hit me. My arm feels as if it's on fire.
This is terrible. I don't understand what happened.
I do. A TV camera focused on the restaurant. It transmits a picture to a screen somewhere in back. An operator turns the spotlight by remote control and aims it at the victim. And when it's on white, that is, when there's no glass in front of the light, it sets off the gun. That's how they work the spotlight. The weapon is even more interesting. A bullet that isn't really a bullet. Leaves no trace of its penetration. As a matter of fact, it's not in my arm anymore. The explanation's very simple. They took liquid oxygen and froze it into a solid, and then molded it into a thin, extremely sharp needle. They shoot the needle with a special gun at a speed high enough so that it punctures the heart, yet leaves no sign on the skin. Once in the body, the oxygen warms up and mixes with the oxygen of the blood, and it can't be identified. Luckily for me, the operator tonight was a bad shot. Your murders have an explanation now. These oxygen guns. I said the idea was easy, but only someone who had experimented with refrigerants would have thought of it. Your employer, for example. Or else, since Mr. Abdullah claims he seldom goes to the Institute anymore, you. I thought so. Look at his right hand where the thumb is missing.
All right, your game is over.
But you're making a huge mistake.
He won't get far. We'll broadcast his description and have him inside an hour.
No, let him go. Sooner or later, he'll make a slip and lead us to the top man. Say, did you find out what 19 is?
Yes, it's the...
Yoo-hoo! Is anyone here? Ah, what a surprise, you again. I heard they were... How do you do? I heard they were having some kind of Oriental night.
You heard wrong, but they had some nice fireworks.
Ah. Oh, I wanted to thank you again for saving me from those terrible hoodlums. You did me a tremendous favor.
Oh, did I? I've started to wish I'd let them have you.
Oh.
Now, what's this 19 all about?
19 is the atomic number of potassium, which is an isotope so radioactive, 1 gram can contaminate a ton of steel.
Or mercury. If that's what they're doing, Beirut is in real danger.
Only how will they be able to get it off the ship without being spotted? It can only be transported in heavy containers. Made of lead.
Thanks very much for the tip.
You know, I'm beginning to think that we're both working on the same case.
That's right, we are.
I'd just come into the nightclub when I heard someone saying, "Shall I kill him?" He meant you. Fred Köhler's here in Beirut. I saw him on the street.
And what does he look like?
He's...
Swiss intelligence just lost themselves a fine agent. You take care of the formalities, will you? And bring some of your men over to the Thessalia at 5 after 2. I'm going to find out how they steal that potassium.
Where to?
Just keep driving around.
As you like. You want to go in any particular direction?
Richard Blake. He's nothing but a fool.
Don't be too sure. He knows who I am, and if he finds you're here, you'll go right back to prison. Fred, let's get out of this. Take the next plane. We can go anywhere. Start a new life. Can't you forget this crazy plan of yours?
Don't talk like an idiot.
Stop worrying, Monique. Blake hasn't caused us any trouble. He just forced us to kill a few people who were in the way to begin with. In 1 hour, we'll have the radioactive potassium. And in 2 hours, we'll be ready to act. And in less than 12 hours from now, we'll be rich.
And your husband will be one of the most powerful men in the world.
Who is it?
Never mind, go on. I said not a sound. Out! Shut up, will you?
When I fight someone, I prefer to see him.
You'll see him all right.
I don't want to cut your throat with this, but I will if you force me to.
The idiots. A safe made of lead. I could open that with a cigarette lighter. What is it? Looks like a hunk of tin, huh? Where shall I put it? In my car. In the back, there's 2 lead boxes. You put 5 in each one.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Hey, watch it. That stuff's dangerous.
Now listen, I'll get you out of here safely if you keep talking. Now they're planning to destroy all of Beirut. I got that much, but with what?
They've got some special kind of rocket.
Where is it?
I don't know. They never told us.
Who's your chief?
He's masquerading as...
Richard Blake on board? I took care of him.
You did you?
Richard, hurry! Richard! It's going to explode!
Everyone take cover. A barrel of wine.
You double-crosser. That stuff isn't tin. It's something that's burning my whole body.
Follow that car. Who's that?
Another agent. He's been working undercover.
And I almost stayed undercover for good. Local news. Thieves broke into a jewelry store last night and stole $3,000 in cash and about $20,000 worth of diamonds and emeralds. The police so far have no clues, but the theft was undoubtedly the work of professional criminals. This is the fourth in a series of jewelry store robberies in Beirut over a period of 2 months.
What happened? Spread oil on the road.
See you later.
What's he up to?
His daily walk. Explosion took place on the freighter Thessalia early this morning. The harbor police have been trying desperately to put out the fire, but it's feared that most of her $1 million cargo will be lost. unidentified woman jumped or was pushed from a third-story window shortly after midnight last night. She's now in the hospital with serious injuries. The woman is 5'5" with black hair, brown eyes, and a small scar on her left cheek. If you have any information concerning her identity, please
enough for an hour. Of course, look at the gauge.
We could go on fighting like that for an hour, but unfortunately, I don't have the time. Who owns that helicopter? You see, I like you. Talk.
Omar Abdullah. We had orders to pick up a box from that car that blew up.
And what then?
We were to take it to some ruins.
To the Institute? Here's something for you to play with. Where's Bob?
He went looking for you in a motorbike. We have the potassium. Nothing can happen now. Beirut is safe.
How many rods were there?
5.
That's impossible.
Huh?
That's only half of them. There was space for 10 in that safe on the ship, and I'm positive it was filled.
The crooks were smarter than we thought.
I should have asked my friend from the helicopter one more question.
That was you in the helicopter back there? Where'd you learn a trick like that?
As a boy, I wanted to be a trapeze artist. And at last, I got my chance.
The police commissioner asked us to tell you that Mr. Blake was hurt and is in a clinic. We have orders to take you there.
What were you doing in that bathroom?
Cleaning the floor.
There was a young lady in that bed last night. Where is she? Did you see her?
I never see ladies in gentlemen's rooms.
That may be, but her life is in danger. Did you see her or didn't you?
Mm-mm.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
I must get to the Institute. My entire life's work is at stake.
So was the fate of Beirut, Mr. Abdullah.
Give me my cigarettes.
I tell you what, I'll make a bargain with you. You and I will go together to the Institute.
That isn't a bargain you're making. I haven't any choice.
I wonder what's keeping it.
Get out.
Why did you let him capture you? That game is starting to interest me.
End of the line.
They look like they're serious.
Watch out! Go to the other side of that sandbank. Start walking.
What's going on? I don't know. But I don't think they dragged us out here to build sandcastles.
I don't get it. Why do you suppose they brought us way out here when they could have killed us before? They could have filled the truck with poison gas or vipers or anything.
That's too easy for them. They'd have had trouble getting rid of our bodies. Or else they just like hunting.
Well, they sure picked a bad spot for it. They got us right on the edge of town. Someone is bound to hear the shots.
How did they use frozen oxygen?
Frozen oxygen? In this heat? Guess those two graves are for us. Hey, do sandflies eat you?
No idea. Hey. Get under cover and stay there.
Shoot! Unlike you, I only shoot when it's absolutely necessary. And when I know I'm not risking anything.
Richard, you must get away from here. This is a trap to kill you. The girl who was with him told me so.
Steal. If they think I'll sit patiently while they shoot me, they're wrong. Listen, Denise, I'll have to leave you here. I've got to try to get inside that institute. They won't hurt you. So long as I'm free, they'll keep you as a decoy.
That's enough. You let him get away. It doesn't matter. I've another trap you don't know about.
They don't dare shoot unless there's a plane flying overhead. They've chained Denise to a post. We're dead men if we try to rescue her.
Oh, yeah. Who's Denise?
A wonderful girl.
Oh.
I was hoping they'd do. Now they're done for. That's the end of Blake.
I hope so. No traffic jams out here, huh? Why'd you turn off the engine?
I didn't like that noise. I have a feeling that fisherman back there wasn't a fisherman at all.
They planted a time bomb underneath the floor. Ugh, what if there are sharks?
You get out, you'll easily make it to the shore from here. I'll take the car a little further out before it blows up. Then when you reach land, you and Inspector Bertram go to the Institute. And wait for me.
But you can't stay in the car unless you want to blow up. Hey!
Wait a minute. I want to have some fun, too. Throw her in the car.
Every obstacle is out of our way now. We can't fail.
So you say.
Don't start in on your husband again.
Husband. He's changed since we were married. You were put in jail for killing you didn't do. That's why I helped you to escape. I was in love with you then. But you're different now. You torture and kill because you enjoy it.
That's very ungrateful of you. After all, I haven't done anything to hurt you. Yet. I've even forgiven you for your nagging and your stupidity and your ridiculous attempts to outsmart me. Start the car.
Ridiculous, maybe, but it's worth it.
That takes care of her.
Magic.
The Chief won't like this.
Do these people fish with dynamite? Look out there.
Have you got a whiskey for me?
Leandros, I want an explanation.
There's no time for long speeches.
Get ready to load the rocket. Who is that man? What's going on at my institute? Your institute has been taken over by us. You founded it to bring prosperity and wealth to your countrymen. We don't share your noble motives. We just want wealth for ourselves. But to get it, we had to have the right place to work from. And we were lucky. We found you. You had the equipment we needed, and you also had an organization. Your Society for Aid to Reform Criminals. Only we made certain they didn't reform. And on top of it all, you were ill. You came here less and less often. We had plenty of time to change your loyal colleagues to our loyal colleagues.
I said no long speeches. Get the potassium into the rocket.
Stop! Are you crazy? You can't open that box up until I'm protected against the radiation.
Sorry, my mistake. Number 2.
Number 2.
Leandros! Look out there. So he's not dead after all. You can be wrong sometimes, just like ordinary men. But if he's alive, then so is Blake. Signal the guard.
Where's Blake?
Don't worry. He'll be here in time for all the fun.
It's simply get in through the cellar. I'll make sure that no one comes out.
Wish me luck.
You fool! Wait.
Don't you like my hat?
You clown.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Everyone outside. Oh, I'm glad that's over with. Now maybe I can take off this helmet. I'm burning up. Who's that? The switch. Lock them in. You're a brave man, Mr. Blake, but a foolhardy one. Yesterday, you used a red carnation as your badge of recognition. What gives you away today is stupidity, Mr. Blake. This isn't a masquerade party. You can take off those helmets. You're surprised, aren't you? You wanted to corner me. Instead, it's you who are cornered. You're not dealing with an ordinary criminal this time. My plan is so brilliant that nothing could possibly go wrong.
I'm happy to hear that.
The Arab countries are among the wealthiest in the world. Oil, diamonds, gold, the treasures of the earth. It's dug up, refined, put on the market, converted into cash, and eventually it all ends up in the banks.
And you would like to break into them.
I'm no great international power. That's enough! I'm not a great power. I haven't got a hydrogen bomb to hold the world in submission. So I started looking around for a substitute, something less expensive but equally effective. I had my men steal some mercury. I made it radioactive, and now I'm going to send up a bomb to explode over the city. When the people of Beirut breathe in the radioactive mercury, they will die. Every single one. And it's a clean bomb, too. A lot cleaner than any other kind of bomb. This one won't destroy the banks. Stop that idiotic cackling. This is a serious business, and you, better than anyone else, ought to realize that. Now get to work. I made good use of my time in prison. I kept up my schooling. I took physics and chemistry.
Soldiers! We're surrounded!
So what of it? Don't let them feel you're afraid of them.
But there are at least 100 of them with machine guns. We don't have a chance.
I won't listen to your whining anymore. Do you hear? Coward!
You made a mistake. You used up all the bullets at the same time. No one does that unless he's crazy.
How do you suppose we can get out? We've got to try to find the switch.
We're outnumbered. 10 to 1.
Red Bull!
stand a chance against my artillery.
And Blake.
Blake is going to get trapped in there.
Can't you get him out?
I can sure try. Stay under cover.
Right away, Sheik.
Here as fast as you can, and don't wait for me.
Yeah. We'll never make it through that.
Looks like they've quit shooting. Suppose they're all dead in there? Uh-oh. Hold your fire.
Cease firing.
Cease firing.
Chief.
Give up. You can't win.
Give up, Köhler. We're closing in on you.
You're done for, Köhler. Give up.
And lose everything I worked for? No, Blake, you'll have to kill me first.
I'd much rather take you alive.
In 1 minute, my rocket will go up in Beirut, will be destroyed, and I will rule the entire country.
And tomorrow the world, huh? Your rocket has a short fuse.
And it'll explode in here.
They've been there 7,000 years, huh? How much longer can they hold out?
We'll bring our grandchildren to see them.
Hey! Hey, Richard. Hey, you came to Beirut to capture a jailbird. I see you caught a lovebird instead.